All right, how's it going, everyone? We're here for APA week number 1 in the Ascension division, going up against Kurt and his Portage Herdiers. We battled him in the SBS. I believe we beat him with Serena. I think that was the battle with, yeah, we had the Latios and the Megalopony and the Drapion. I don't think no, he did bring the Drapion. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anyway, we ended up getting like either the 3-0 or the 4-0 on him there, but obviously, this is a completely different thing. I know Kurt, I believe he's still in the SPS playoffs. I think he faces Kyle, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am. I don't know. Okay, anyway, he has a team. I didn't feel like, I made this little layout. I didn't feel like putting the teams on there. It just takes up too much space. So I'll just read out the teams. You know my team: Mega Scizor, Slowbro, Cinderace, Gengar, Shaman, Haxorus, Miltank, Florges, Cryogonal, Gligar, Jolteon, and Zorora, Zorua, I don't know, whatever. And then my opponent's team is Victini, Weavile, Latias, Milotic, Rotom Heat, Decidueye, Mega Kangaskhan, Klefki, Regirock, Cobalion, and Persian, regular Cantonian Persian. First thing that I see on this team is no ground type, so this Specs Jolteon is pretty free, which is awesome. Let's see, as far as hazard removers, he's got Defog Latias, Defog Rotom Heat, and Defog Decidueye, and Defog Klefki. So he's got a good amount of Defog. There's no spinners though. He has Klefki to Hazard Sack with spikes. He's got rocks on Cobalion and Regirock, and that's about it with its hazards. He's got Victini and Weavile, which is pretty good offensive core. Definitely difficult to kind of deal with those two Pokemon, especially if Victini runs as a especially offensive Pokemon, because they can deal with things like my Slowbro and my Gligar, if he does bring like special moves. Um, and I guess I don't know if it can deal with Miltank. I guess if it does run Focus Blast, which is really inaccurate, but its ability Victory Star makes it a little bit more accurate. Victini is just a great Pokemon. It gets so many coverage moves. It's actually ridiculous. So yeah, gonna have to prep for that Pokemon as well as Weavile, because Weavile is a huge threat against my team. So with that being said, let's look into my team. I got Pikachu. It was supposed to be Pikachu, but you actually can't name it a different Pokemon's name. So whatever. I have enough speed for Weavile here, and it's pretty standard, set. Nothing really crazy about this. Shadow Ball hits Latias and Decidueye, which are two Pokemon that resist my Thunderbolt. So that's really nice. It also hits Rotom Heat neutrally, which is good. And then just Thunderbolt everything else. Just try to do as much damage as possible. So it's definitely helpful for like Milotic and Weavile and Victini. Yeah, it's just nice to hit things as hard as possible. Toxic is there in case like Latias starts setting up with Calm Mind, and I can just Toxic it because I outspeed it. That would be helpful. So yeah, yep, that's the Jolteon. Next up is Miltank, physically defensive here. Mainly here for the Weavile. I did not want to bring Mega Scizor to this battle. Obviously so, because he's got Victini, Milotic, Rotom Heat. Those three Pokemon are really good against it. Latias can Mystical Fire. Mega Kangaskhan can Fire Punch. Regirock can Fire Punch. So there are a bunch of different Pokemon on his team that I know he'll bring. I know he'll bring Victini. I know he'll bring Rotom Heat. It's just a matter of how can I use Mega Scizor in this battle if it's only there for Weavile. So instead I'm bringing Miltank, which deals pretty well with Weavile as long as it's not Swords Dance. If it's Swords Dance Weavile, we're kind of screwed. But I can take two low kicks pretty well, or not well, but I can take them, and then milk drink off the damage. I can take knockoff as well. Let's see, what else? I guess I deal with Mega Kangaskhan to an extent. I do have Thick Fat, so I can take triple axles from Weavile, and any fire attack from Rotom Heat or Victini. I can take that a little bit better. So like V-Create, he can't just spam against me, which is good. Which he wouldn't be able to anyway, because I have a Slowbro. So Milk Drink, Heal Bell, Toxic, Earthquake is the set. I really want Heal Bell there, so I don't get like Thunder Wave by Klefki with some Pokemon on the team, other Pokemon, um, or like Toxic with Milotic. Just I don't want to get poisoned with this team. So I feel like Miltank has a really good matchup as long as he doesn't bring Swords Dance, Weavile, or like a Focus Blast Victini potentially. Um, There's the two, or like Cobalion, obviously. But after that, it's really tough to bring this Pokemon down. Power Punch Mega Kangaskhan can also be an issue, but I have something else for that. Next up is Gengar. Just max speed, max special attack. I need to be able to speed tie with the Latias. I feel like he will do the same. I've had a good amount of mocks with this team, or with this battle, and a lot of them, or okay, in all of them, it's been either a Calm Mind Latias or like a Calm Mind Max Speed Latias or a Scarf Latias. So we definitely have to watch out for that Pokemon as being an offensive set. I don't think it works too well defensively here because I do have a Mega Scizor, I do have a Gengar, um, I do have a Florges that can just Toxic it, and just be annoying. Um, so yeah, I feel like this Gengar set will do us justice, do us some good stuff because I can force a few things out. Um, if Kanga doesn't have Sucker Punch, I can force that Pokemon out. I can force out Victini for sure. I can probably force out Milotic as well. Rotom I can force out as long as it's like chipped. Um, well, it depends on the set. If it's Spadef, then I probably won't force it out. But basically, if I can get a sub up and I can Will-O-Wisp something and then just kind of Hex and just do that as much as possible. Because I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I really don't. Maybe it's because I'm talking so much. This is the second video I'm recording, like, right in a row. But yeah, that is the Gengar. Pretty fun little set there. It's worked a good amount in mock so far, so hopefully it can do something. Next up is Slowbro, Rocky Helmet. I was thinking maybe Colbur Berry for the Weavile, but I just rather have the Rocky Helmet there so that he can't just continually U-turn with Victini or Decidueye, or maybe if I catch him doing triple axle with Weavile, then he'll take like half of his health and do like almost nothing to me. So that would be nice. It's mainly here for the Mega Kangaskhan because if he has a Power Punch set, Slowbro can kind of shut that down pretty easily. And Scald, Teleport, Slack Off, Toxic, pretty much all we need for this set. So hopefully we'll be able to put in some work with it. Next up is Fang Up our Gligar. Spadef, so I can take hits mainly from Latias and just hope he's not Ice Beam. I'll be able to take hits from Rotom Heat, from like a special Decidueye if he brings that. It's a great answer to Klefki, even though I can't really hit Klefki with anything. That's okay because I'll be able to kind of U-turn out against it. I can also defog any spikes or screens that the Klefki decides to put up, which is great. I can roost off the damage. I have Rock Slide there instead of Earthquake because I don't want Rotom Heat setting up nasty plots against me. If it has a lot of speed, I can't directly kill it, and I don't want to sack something when I have a perfectly good answer here. I don't really need Earthquake because it would really only be used against the Klefki. Because it would be used against Victini, but I can still Rock Slide the Victini for decent damage, I suppose. But depending on the Victini, I might not even want to stay in on it. So, like if it has Glaciate, for example. But yeah, that is the Gligar. This is also an important one because I got to keep hazards off the field for sure. If he starts spike stacking with Klefki, I got to be able to defog those. And I can't let him just set up screens for free and bring in like Weavile and just Swords Dance and beat my team. So, can't let that happen. We got to defog those screens. But yeah, that is the Gligar. Next up is, last but not least, I should say, Haxorus here with the Lumberry, Mold Breaker ability, Dragon Dance, Protect, Dragon Claw, and Earthquake. I outspeed everything after one Dragon Dance, barring any Scarfers. The one problem with running this little speed is that, Rotom Heat can't outspeed me. Now, Rotom Heat can't really do much to me, outside of, like, Will-O-Wisp. But that could be all that he needs. I do have the Lumberry there, but if he, has Klefki in and he goes for Thunder Wave, burns my Lumberry, and then he brings in Rotom Heat to Will-O-Wisp me, that could be annoying. Milotic will probably be his first answer for this Pokemon if he does bring the Milotic. So yeah, Dragon Claw Earthquake is really all the coverage I need. If he brings Magnet Rise Klefki, great tech on his part, but at the same time, if he does that, I can't really do much to respond. I guess I could run in close combat, but I really want the Protect there because it deals with Fake Out Mega Kangaskhan. If I'm about to sweep and he just switches and he just, fake outs and then switches and then fake outs again, it could be pretty annoying. So I want to be able to protect there just so that I can actually sweep. I think that's important if he does bring the Mega Kanga. So yeah, obviously close combat, it would be able to hit the Klefki for some good damage, but still, I mean, meh. So that is the Haxor set. Hopefully we can put us work with this Pokemon. A lot of bulk, which is really nice. And yeah, we'll see how we do. I know Kurt is a very polished battler. He knows what he's doing, so we definitely have to, prep well, battle well, and see what happens. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the battle. I don't know why I'm acting like this is an outro, because I'm just going to cut to the battle right here and get into it. So, yeah, I'll see you there. Alright, here we are in the battle, going up against Kurt and his Portage Herdiers. We battled him last season in the SPS, and here we are yet again in the APA week number 1, hoping to get a good start in this league. Definitely trying to make some good impressions, and trying to just warm up to the team, and see how I'm liking all the Pokemon together. So, my opponent brings a team of Rotom Heat, Klefki, Milotic, Victini, Weavile, and Latias. Right off the bat, Victini and Weavile are together are huge offensive threats with Victini's coverage and Weavile's ability to set up with Swords Dance or just click knockoff on things. I have generally a tough time dealing with that for my team, for the team I brought at least. A couple Pokemon notable things he did not bring to the battle. Mega Kangaskhan is one. Kind of nice to not see that Pokemon. Just because it can be annoying, of course. Decidueye also did not come to the battle. What else did not make an appearance? Oh, I'm trying to see. Sorry about that. Regirock, Cobalion, and Persian were the other 3 that did not come. But looking at his team, I'm thinking that I can just lead pretty easily with Jolteon because, I mean, no matter what 6 he brought, he wouldn't have had a ground type. So we're kind of good to just lead with Jolteon and Volt Switch out. Pretty sure that's what I say. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and start the battle. We're going to turn the music off, of course. Klefki leads, which is fine with me. He goes for Light Screen turn 1. I'm just going to Volt Switch out. Pretty safe play for me. I'm going to get in my Gligar, because I can just defog the screen if I really need to, but I'm also just feeling like he doesn't want to stay in unless he wants to show off the Magnet Rise this early, which could definitely be a thing. But he switches into Milotic, so I get a free U-turn there. He has Rocky Helmet, which is good to know. He flip turns on my Slowbro. I knew that, since I have Heal Bell on the Miltank, I'm not really afraid if he Toxics me. I just went for Toxic here because it hits everything but Klefki, and Klefki alone can't really do much to me. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Scald here, do a little bit of damage. We do get the Burn, which is really nice, because it basically mitigates his lefties, which is good. So I believe I just click Teleport here. No, I click another Scald. I wasn't expecting his Weavile to come in. That's why I clicked Scald, because I'm just like, I want to get this Klefki as weak as possible so I can stop having to worry about it Thunder Waving my Pokemon. But yeah, I go for the Teleport there. I was willing to risk the damage on the Slowbro. I knew I had Live and Knockoff, but I wanted to see what he wanted to do. As he actually doubles into the Latias, which is interesting. I get in the Miltank as I Toxic and miss, and he has a Life Psychic coming my way. That does a lot of damage, but it tells me he's not fully invested because he has a Life Orb. But yeah, he's not fully invested in special attacks. That's interesting to note. I would have been dead there if he had Ice Beam, but luckily he does not have the Ice Beam. I was really hoping he wouldn't, so that's good. I'm gonna bring Slowbro back in, pretty safe. I do have a negative priority teleport here that I can just click as he does go into Clef Key yet again. Pretty obvious, but there's nothing he could stop from me going for teleports. That's good. He gets in Clef Key here, or I'm sorry, I get in Gligar. I'm sorry, it's like 12:40, and so I'm struggling here. I clicked the easy defog. I didn't want to risk anything. I didn't want any of my team. The rest of my team, other than Gligar, is grounded, so I wanted everything to be able to take damage every time it switches in, because I'm doing a lot of switching, as you can see here. I go for U-turn there, as I'm predicting him to flip turn or just double out or toxic or whatever. I was basically predicting him to predict the Slowbro. So that's good. I get a free Hacks or switch in. I just click Earthquake there because I know Mold Breaker will break through the mold and allow me to Earthquake the Rotom. But him bringing in Milotic is fine because I get a free switch into Miltank pretty much, and I can just Milk Drink and recover all that damage, which is beautiful. I don't know what I click here. I know he Toxics me, which is fine. I can just Heal Bell. I do Earthquake, getting off a lot of damage there. I don't have Stealth Rocks on the set because I needed Heal Bell. I'm gonna go for Heal Bell immediately. It's pretty easy here. I don't know if he was predicting that or what. Maybe he was just predicting another Earthquake there. But he gets in Latias, and that's pretty tough for me. I do just end up staying in and clicking Toxic because if you look at my Gligar, it's at 83. I did not want to switch into another Psychic and get a potential crit or Spit F drop. That would have been really, really bad for me. So, yeah, here I'm going to switch into Gligar. I'm assuming he was predicting that because it was a pretty obvious switch in there. I didn't want to sack anything else. So I was thinking if he's doubling into Victini, he probably has Glaciate for the Gligar if he's predicting my Gligar to switch in. And he does, so I read that pretty well. And then he goes for Energy Ball, which does a decent amount to my Slowbro, but it's not like fully especially offensive. So he's got special attackers, Latias and Victini, but they're not fully invested. So that's good to know. I'm able to get in my Gengar, and I can just go for a sub there. I know he's not T-Wave. I don't think this Klefki can really do anything to Gengar, which is a little unfortunate because if I had Nasty Plot here, that would have been pretty nice. So yeah, he goes for another Spike here as I go for the Hex and knock him out. There's really nothing I can do to take advantage of him not being able to hit me. So this is a very pivotal, well, not really pivotal, but it's a pretty important turn here. I didn't want to, I thought that the triple axle was super obvious here, so I switched into Slowbro as he goes for the knockoff. I really thought that he wouldn't risk that because if he knocks off and I breaks my sub, I thought that it was obvious that I was a Will-O-Wisp set because I had Hex, but maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, I was expecting him to just go for triple axle and break myself with the first hit and then knock me out with the next two hits. But no, he just went for knockoff, so that was crazy. I lose my Slowbro. I wanted to get a lot of chip on him with the Rocky Helmet, but it didn't work out. Unfortunate there. But yeah, a few turns later, nothing really crazy happens. I'm just gonna be able to defog the spikes. That damage tells me he's an offensive Rotom Heat, so good to know. He predicts my Roost there really well. As he gets in Weavile, and I basically have to sack something because Miltank is not healthy enough to take a triple axle plus a knockoff. Just poor planning on my part, I suppose. I'm going to go into the Jolteon, and I click Full Switch here. Again, anytime I can get in Jolteon for free, it's a good deal because he has no ground type. Probably should have taken advantage of that a little bit better in this match, but that's okay. I go for Dragon Dance here, forgetting completely that my Milotic gets Haze. So I'm going to Protect here to see if he has Toxic or Ice Beam. And he goes for Haze, which goes through Protect. So that's unfortunate. But I'm going to go for it again. Basically because I want to force him to Haze again so I can get a free switch into Jolteon. He doesn't get a burn there, which is nice. I do have a Lumberry, but it's nice to keep the Lumberry intact. Just in case he has like Willow on Rotom or something. So yeah, I get in Jolteon as he hazes, so I get basically a free Volt Switch there. And now I get in Gengar. This is a speed tie. We're both max speed. Well, I know I'm max speed. I don't know if he is. but he does outspeed me, so he is max speed. Very unfortunate there. We just basically lost Gengar, and things are looking pretty tough here. Um, but I will switch into Jolteon, or I'll bring in Jolteon here, and we will Volt Switch to knock out the Latias. So yeah, I don't know if Latias would have been dead by that point if I had landed the first Toxic, because I did miss the first one, which was super unfortunate. But we still have a good chance because this Miltank has a good matchup against him. So he's going to low kick as I just click Milk Drink. I knew that low kick wasn't going to 2KO me. The biggest problem is if he's Swords Dance. If he's Swords Dance Weavile, we basically lose. But he pretty much showed us there that he's not Swords Dance Weavile because he definitely has to. He's definitely running Ice Shard as his last move. But yeah, low kick isn't a 2KO. So I bring in Haxorus on the Rotom because I knew if he's offensive, I can still probably take a hit. Maybe if it's overheat, I can set up on him. Either way, I can try to set up on him. So I go for Earthquake. I was predicting him to maybe predict. I don't know. I thought that he wouldn't haze pretty much, predicting the Jolteon to switch in, because that's what I did last time. So that's what he does. He gets the Scald Burn, which is fine with me because I have the Lumberry. Gonna be able to knock him out in 2 hits. So the Milotic is gone, which is awesome. But unfortunately, Weavile can just switch in. He has to click Ice Shard. Probably could have kept this Haxorus just in case. It was probably naive of me to let it go down. It didn't really make much sense for me to do that because the Ice Shard had to come out there. And even if he clicks knockoff or low kick there, Miltank is fine staying in there. So, or taking that hit. Anyway, I Toxic. As here I was really predicting like a Thunderbolt, but he does end up having the Nasty Plot. So we're going to go for a Shadow Ball, hope for a crit. We don't get it. So, or maybe a dodge, but we do die to that Overheat. And he's going to die to Toxic, thank God. But it's not really going to matter. Well, no, yeah, whatever. He would have Pain Splitted the next turn, so it's good that he died to Toxic there. And now he brings in Victini. I'm just hoping he doesn't have Focus Blast. He does have the Focus Blast. Now I'm hoping he doesn't hit it, because with Victory Star, he is 77% accurate with this Focus Blast. He could have like a wide lens too, but probably not. He's probably just like Expert Belt. He's going to knock me out with the second one. I do not skillfully dodge, just a fat cow. So that is how that goes. We're going to lose this one 2-0 to Kurt. Definitely not a bad game. I know Kurt is very good at this game. I know he's a good player. I know he knows what he's doing and everything. He made some pretty good plays. The Milotic set was really good. It really stopped my Haxorus from doing anything. The speed tie was really crucial for me. If I got a Hex off there and killed the Latias, I don't, it's pretty crazy. You never know what could happen. But at the same time, at that point, he just brings in Weavile and probably gets a kill. So, because I don't think my Miltank was full health at that point. I don't know. Anyway, even if it was, Swords Dance Weavile would have been a huge threat if he brought it. Like, you just look at my team. I mean, the 6 that I brought, it's like Weavile just kind of goes in if Miltank is anything under like 90%. Because he can just knock off and then follow up with a low kick. But looking at my draft in general, the best thing to stop Weavile would be Mega Scizor, and I guess I should have brought it specifically for Weavile. The problem is it does nothing against the rest of his team. I mean, Milotic was there, completely stops any sort of setup. He's got Rotom Heat, he's got Victini, Latias for sure had Mystical Fire, so there was just no way of making a Mega Scizor viable to come to this match outside of dealing with Weavile. But it just didn't. It just seemed like, I have Miltank there. That's got to be my answer, and I'm not going to bring Mega Scizor just for Weavile when literally the other 5, maybe not. I guess not Klefki, but 4 of his Pokemon can easily deal with my Mega Scizor, no problem. So it is what it is. That's. Floor just wouldn't have been able to deal with Weavile. Shaman, no. Cinderace, not really. Zorwab, definitely not. Cryogonal, no. So, yeah. Just a tough matchup against the Weavile. We won't have to face it ever again in this season unless we face Kurt in the playoffs. But yeah, it's 2-0. And unfortunate loss there, but it's okay. We'll try to bounce back. We face the Indianapolis Cobalions next week, which should be a fun one. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video.